Pat Mix joins us. He's going to be making his Bellator debut in Madison Square Garden. For a New York kid, how big is that for yourself?
It's huge, man. I fought a lot of fights out of New York, so being at MSG, it's like a dream come true, you know. We were really excited to get this fight.
Jumping up from King of the Cage to Bellator, undefeated, 10-0. How excited are you for this jump up in competition for this bigger platform?
I'm very excited to get on the main promotion, you know, one of the biggest premier leagues. But competition-wise, I think I've been fighting, you know, this level of competition the whole time. So, you know, me squaring off with Ricky Bandejas, you know, I think I'm used to the competition. I'm going to rise up.
And Ricky, coming off of a loss, Juan Archuleta, a former also King of the Cage champion, somebody that I know that you've had an eye on a lot. So I know that you watched that fight. What do you take from that performance and see that you'd be able to utilize?
I don't really take much from it. I just kind of watch his tendencies, not just from that fight, but from all of his fights. I know that in the last fight he did get taken down, and he did give up his back, and I think, you know, 5 or 6 times, and, you know, I only need one, so, you know, that's the only thing I could really take from it.
And when you look at it, submissions, plenty across your record, and different kinds, from knee bars to arm bars to rear naked chokes. Is grappling where you feel most comfortable?
Yeah, I feel comfortable kickboxing, grappling, wrestling, man. I feel comfortable everywhere. You know, my strong suit is grappling and submission, so I push that. But, you know, I have the ability to knock guys out too and to hurt them on the feet. So, you know, I don't mind where the fight goes. I'm planning to be relentless and dominate anywhere.
I know that getting a victory is the #1 goal. But was it something extra special, your last fight with King of the Cage? You got your first professional TKO.
Yeah, it was big, man. I feel like I could have TKO'd other guys, but, you know, I was always hunting their necks. Even last fight, you know, it's good to get a TKO, but, you know, either that or a submission, they both suffice. Any finish suffices for me.
How big of a moment is this for you, Madison Square Garden, the Bellator debut, everything coming together? How big of a fight is this, you look at it, with it just being the first step with this promotion?
It's a huge fight. It's just like any other fight, but it's a big opportunity for me because it's my debut into a bigger league, you know. I've won 21 fights in a row, so, you know, this, it means more to me to keep my streak alive, to keep, you know, this undefeated streak alive, and the biggest point is to make a big statement in my debut. You know, I want to go out there and I want to finish him because he's the #3 guy in Bellator, and I want that number next to my name.
How much potential do you see for that immediate trajectory to the top with what Bellator is putting in front of you, giving you that opportunity?
You know, with this opportunity, and I know there's a 145-pound $1 million tournament, I think the #1 and 2 contenders, they're fighting on the same card at 45. So, you know, if I go out there and finish Ricky, you know, either, you know, I'm chasing Darrion Caldwell for the belt, or, you know, I'm chasing James Gallagher because I want to beat him up.
Would there be any potential for you? I've heard even Darrion talk about 145. Would you be interested in one of those 16 spots? I've heard that they want to do quite the large size tournament. Yeah,
I know they want to do the Grand Prix at 16 guys. Winner takes $1 million. And I don't think that's my route, you know. You know, I feel 35 is my weight class, and I'm trying to dominate for many, many years. So I feel, you know, I'm going to stay at 35 bantamweight. I'm not really interested in going up to featherweight. If I was, I would try to get in the PFL $1 million tournament prior to this. I'm trying to stay at bantamweight, and I'm trying to chase that belt. So if Darrion Caldwell goes up, man, just give the belt up so, you know, us bantamweights can, you know, make our names and make our stake for that belt, you know.
And you mentioned James Gallagher, a guy that lost and it seemed like got right back into the title contention.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on him?
Man, I don't think James Gallagher is that good at all. I feel like they're pushing him, promoting his name. You know, I'm fighting the guy that just knocked him out in the first round, and I'm planning on beating this guy. So, you know, James Gallagher, he shouldn't even be in the talk for 45-pound Grand Prix, and he shouldn't even be in talk for a title shot at all. So, you know, after this one, you know, he's on my list.
And it's even something that you could bypass him, right? You're saying you beat the guy in impressive fashion that beat him. You think you jump over Gallagher?
Yeah, if he's been knocked out by this guy in the first round, he got absolutely demolished by him. You know, when I do get past Ricky, you know, I plan to jump way past him, and you know, I'll probably be giving him a shot if I don't get the title shot.
And obviously the main focus is on Ricky. How do you see this one playing out?
My main focus is on Ricky. He's very, very dangerous, and I know a lot of people did not want to fight him. But if there's one guy to go fight him, and if there's one guy to go finish him, it's me, Pat Mix from Jackson Wink. So they're sending the right guy to do the job.
How does it feel to have the world now give the opportunity for everybody to get to know who Patchy is, Bellator, that platform, for them to get to see your skill?
It feels good, but you know, I really like flying under the radar. You know, I've been flying under the radar for 21 fights, you know, undefeated. I think I finished over 15 guys out of the 21. I have a bunch of 10-8 rounds. You know, I've never actually lost a round, amateur or professionally. So it feels good to finally get the recognition I think I deserve. But, you know, I liked flying under the radar, but not anymore after this one. They'll all know in about 2 weeks.
I feel like you're playing a little coy there. I feel like the last 3 fights, you really, the name, the momentum, it's consistently started to grow in your favor these last couple fights.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the large part of that is me finishing fights. You know, I finished the last 5 opponents. And since I've been to Jackson's, I'm 6-0 out of Jackson's. I won 1 fight 30-24, and I finished 5 opponents. Since I got here, I've taken my training a lot more serious. I left this little part-time gym I used to be at, and I started training like a professional. It's taken my game to the new level, and I've been finishing guys, and that's what I plan to do in 2 weeks.
And then one last time, can you tell us what the goals are for Bellator?
My goal is to beat the number 3 fighter here. I want to put him away, and I want to get my shot somewhere at that belt. I don't mind who I have to go through, and I'll go through anyone on the roster in order to get that. I have 4 fights on my contract, so as many as it takes, but I'm chasing the Bellator Bantamweight belt, and anybody that's in my way, you know, I'll try to take out any one of them.
Pat Mix, thanks for the time.
Anytime, man. Thank you.